great. So I'll just move to my next topic about the marketing material creation. So when you have a digital product, obviously you have your company introduction, you are giving out your company profile, your presentations. Today you have so many of the explainer videos, you have tutorials of if you have a particular software. So since I'll start with Akhil because he has a digital product. Just wanted to know if there are any tips since he's been in this game. So any tips in terms of optimizing this particular marketing material?
So Nikhil, what I've realized is that um marketing material, nobody reads your marketing material. Nobody's interested in it. Nobody will watch your videos. Nobody will, look at the PPTs that you send them. They don't care because they already have so many products. So in the sense, right now you can't really in the B2B space, you can't really come up with a very novel idea. In the sense, there's product for everything. So if you create a project management software, it already exists. If you create a recruitment software, it already exists. If you create a CRM, it already exists. So you won't be able to create something very new right now. But like obviously using AI and ML, you may be able to create something. But I'm talking about the normal companies. Like let's say if you're creating a digital product and you want to sell it, and now if you send that marketing material, nobody will read it. So I think you should not work on your marketing material at all. That's what I feel. And I think that companies should only focus on organic content, because in organic content obviously you can have things about how your product can solve a particular problem. So in the sense, you can have content about how your product is compares to other products, and how this problem exists and how your product solves it. So that kind of organic content you can have in your website, that can also act as your marketing material. So like let's say if some client, by the way, this will never happen, as in there will be no client who will ask for your marketing material. But let's say if some client asks for your marketing material, then you can give them that organic content only. In the sense, you can give them another article, like a case study. You can to the client, to tell them that this is how our product can solve this problem for you. But usually nobody will actually come to you and ask for your marketing material. What will happen is people will come to your website, or people will go to some other partner website of yours where you have put your organic content, and they will come read it, and then they'll try and find out more about your product. So like I said, I think the most important marketing material, if you want to call it marketing material, the most important thing is your website. If your website has a lot of social selling, in the sense testimonials, and it has a lot of logos of people already using it, it shows a lot of case studies and videos. Like I won't say videos like using your product, but videos of video testimonials of your using customers, and how they could succeed by using your product. Those are really helpful. So that's something that people really like to see. And I think so the most important thing you can do is identify your target audience, and then set up interviews with your target audience. So like let's say if you think that CTOs or CEOs or some specific type of people are your target audience, then you set up meetings with them or calls with them, and then you approach them on LinkedIn, for example, and then you set up interviews with them, and then you understand their problem areas, as in what type of problems are you having, and the type of content that you are interested in, as in what type of content do you read, like that. So I would suggest to everybody, don't start creating content directly. Don't start saying that these are the type of articles I'll write. This is my content plan. Don't do that now, because now it's not relevant at all. That idea is very old. Now you have to find out what type of content your target audience reads and what they like, and then you research the type of articles that they say that they like, that they like reading. So you research them a lot, and then you find out what are the triggers, as in what is the thing that they're actually liking, and then you make those articles. Then you start creating content around that area, and then once you start posting that kind of content for 3 to 6 months, then you start refining it, and you start to understand how to increase your page views. The thing is, now the time has gone where you just put a lot of content and then think that traffic will come. Now that doesn't happen. Now it's like you have to be very specific. You have to understand what should I do to get the traffic, and then you have to be like always have your eyes on your page analytics, in the sense seeing how many users are coming, what kind of click-through rates you're getting. So that kind of thing you'll have to do now, and your content has to like really stand out from the other people. So that's what I think people should do instead of focusing on marketing material.
That's right. Raj, you must have done for a lot of clients, created the material for them, and also you have any tips for the same?
Uh, so no, I wouldn't say these are tips, because tips works when there are thumb rules, like this is what you should do. In digital marketing, depending upon the business or the service that you are providing, either you are, again, because I am more of a service provider, We evaluate whether we are talking to a B2B customer or a B2C customer. Uh, if you are doing a some sort of marketing activities for a B2B customer, yes, understanding your audience becomes more important. Uh, um, as a service provider, you're not talking to the customers directly. You are creating content that is going to give the right set of perception between the customer and the business. So that is where a lot of input from clients help. Like as Akhil mentioned that uh, we are putting in a lot of content on their site that is giving them traffic uh, basis on their analytics or what is it working. So that is what either the analytics, the Google Analytics or any other analytics that we are using would give us that kind of an insight. And when we're talking to the sales team, that what is working, what is not, that gives the agency an insight as to okay, something of this is putting that trigger or ringing a bell with the customer, and then the customer start talking. So then how do you really amplify that content, either using paid ads or organically, or yes, personalization, like for example email personalization and personalization on the content front is the very next step. Uh, there is blind spot to add. People really don't want to see generalist content. They want to see a lot of specific content because the time that they have is limited, and they want to have more optimum use of their time. So the moment you keep on talking a very general level view to them, they are going to go off because they already are aware about it. But the moment you talk to them about some specific issues, specific problems, how we are solving those specific problems, that is where it rings a bell. They start talking. They see value in your products and services, and that is where your marketing material comes in. I understand when you are talking to the upper management, marketing material really doesn't work because they are not going to go after those videos, after your brochures, after your PDF or anything else. But when you're talking to a mid-level audiences who could be an influencer in the entire hierarchy, so or somebody who is given a task to evaluate a product, because what I understand in the journey, I may be wrong. I think Akhil could be another person to tell me. But there are set of decision makers, and there are set of influencers, and there are set of people who are going to use and adapt to it. Because a lot of products that we implement in the company, my head of the management is not going to keep on using it day in and day out. So they understand all the stakeholders before really implementing a product or implementing a process and a system in place, and then understand. So my material is going to be beneficial to either the influencer, or it could also help the lower management guy. So yes, to some section marketing material doesn't work, but to some section marketing material works. It gives that positive outlook. It gives those information which is hard to find, or not everybody is really intrinsic to go to the website, look at everything. If they are on YouTube, they would wish something I can figure out from a YouTube. If they are on Facebook or Instagram, they would want to browse it and do it. So again, it's the mindset, is the end customer, at what level they are. Means either he's a user, he's an influencer, or he's a decision maker. So when an agency is proposing a solution, they look at all these aspects. But the end result for the client is always going to be the gratification in terms of the transaction that you are going to have. So I would beg to differ a little that material doesn't work. Yes, not every material works, but certain material does ring the bell at some point in time, and it is very important for the agency and the client or the decision makers to identify what material is going to work for them, and then take it forward from there. That is all.
That's right. Services, actually, I think the for marketing material, it's more relevant for services because you are pitching, you have to, showcase what all you're doing. But I would definitely agree, like just a simple corporate profile and that kind of you create a Word document PDF, that will not work at all. You have to customize it as per the, obviously we are talking more into the B2B space here, so you have to have a customized the person who you're pitching to prospect, that effort he has to see it, that there is some customization, some personalization that has happened. And that has it, so many times people have pitched to me also, and that has definitely impressed me also, that he's taken out the time and suggested a very suitable thing for me, which is applicable for me, solving
Right.
my problem, how solving to my company or something. and that has an impact. So even if there's a decision maker above me, it will go through me, right, in the starting. That's how it generally works. Excuse me. So it has to,
Correct.
the material has to be personalized in that form when it's coming to the services.